I'm going to unbag Operation Praying Mantis, April 18th, 1988. This is a solitaire game designed by Paul Rohrbaugh and is published by High Flying Dice Games. This is their logo right here. I've done other stuff or covered some of their other stuff in the past, so you'll check out the playlist there. Um, Little torn on High Flying Dice Games in that on the plus side they cover they do a lot of solitaire games, and they also cover topics that are not often covered. I mean, for example, this attack right here, this was one of the larger naval attacks since World War II by the United States, and it involved Iran. And so, not very many people know about this or talk about this. I was researching and discovered it, was reading about it, and then I found this game on it. So I've always kind of had this in the back of my mind that I wanted to kind of get this game when I could. Um, and the third aspect I like about their games is that they have different mechanisms. A lot of Mr. Rohrbaugh's games include cards that he kind of a card mechanism to move play forward. Using a standard deck of cards, and you can also get cards. They make cards for the games as well. For example, for this game, this is also both these were from Noble Knight that I got during their sale. They make cards for the games. Now this brings out kind of the downside of High Flying Dice games. They're relatively do-it-yourself. They're really print and play. Not almost print and play. They really are print and play. These are the cards. This came separate, so this is an extra unbagging. I'll do that in the description. But here are the cards. As you can see here, you've got your 2 of spades, 3 of spades, ace. But you also have some notes on there as well, for what these cards represent. And you're not going to have a whole 52 card deck. In some of his games, you do divide up the deck, and the black are one side and the red are the other, and they're used for like initiative and some other things in the game. But as you can see here, these are just printed on just heavier cardstock. I mean, I could have, if I had this file, I could have done it myself and saved the money that you have to buy it from Noble Knight. So that's kind of the downside. The games really are kind of print and play. Also, this one came with mounted counters, I guess, or a little bit thicker counters. Normally, I think you get in most of the games you get a counter sheet that's kind of like this. It'd just be something that's printed on heavier stock. In this game, they're a little bit thicker, but you still have to cut them out. They're not cut counters or die cut counters or whatever you want to call that. You have to use an X-Acto knife and cut those out, which is better than just a piece of paper, right? I think they do have some games that actually have die cut counters. I've seen at least one that had die cut counters. I don't have it, but I saw at least one listing for it. And I think they have their own game site, but they also go through Noble Knight. You can get some of the games on Noble Knight. But a little disappointed I like the fact that there's different cards, but a little disappointed that this is how they come. Let's get into the bag here and see how the rest of the game comes. But before we do, let's look at the back here. This talks a little bit about the engagement I was talking about here. On 18th April 1988, the U.S. Navy launched Operation Praying Mantis against Iranian targets in the Arabian Gulf in retaliation for the USS Samuel B. Roberts mining 4 days earlier, which blew an immense hole in the ship's hull. 10 sailors from Samuel B. Roberts sustained severe injuries. 4 were seriously burned. Commander Paul X. Wren was hurt as well. The ship should have sunk, but thanks to an extraordinary damage control effort by all hands on the extremely well-trained crew, Samuel B. Roberts was kept afloat. The U.S. response was fierce. Operation Praying Mantis was the largest of 5 major U.S. Navy surface actions since World War II. It was the first and so far only time the U.S. Navy has engaged surface-to-surface missile fire with an enemy, and it resulted in the largest warship sunk by the U.S. Navy since World War II. In the one-day operation, the U.S. Navy destroyed 2 Iranian surveillance platforms, sank 2 of their ships, and severely damaged another. So there you have it. So table of contents, you got game components, setting up the game, playing the game, U.S. units, escalation, end of turn phase, random events, winning the game, and designer notes. As I said, this is a solitaire game, and as I said, has some different kind of mechanics. As I said, I generally like Paul Rohrbaugh's designs, and I like some of the topics and the uniqueness of the designs. It's just the quality of it, right? Now they are a very, very small publisher. I think it's him and his wife, right? So I mean, it's not a big publishing house. So it really is kind of a do-it-yourself type operation. So that's just a page there. Then we've got there's the map. Now the map is on thicker stock as well, and that's not uncommon. I mean, if you anything sourced by Blue Panther, you're going to get stuff like that on the same maybe kind of type paper. So here's the map. You've got Persian Gulf here, and you've got these centers here. You've got some Iranian oil platforms, Revolutionary Guard bases, Persian Gulf areas. You got U.S. ports and Iranian ports. So you got Abu Dhabi for the U.S. and Larak or Bandar Abbas for Iran. So there's your map. You've got a conflict escalation track, a record keeping track. Sorry, there's a little bit of glare there, and a turn track here. And the turn track, this is 1 day. It's a 1 day operation. So you just got start at 0900 and go to 1800 hours. So there's the map. We're going to get the rules. That was the rules on the back here. Here's a player aid, how to read the units. So you're going to have air units, naval units. There's a silkworm unit, tanker unit, and mine markers. You also have random events here as well. That's just on regular paper there. Then you get the rules, which are just stapled there. So here are your rules. We already read the front piece there. And so you got triple column. It's kind of small font, but it look regular size font for this kind of printing. Looks like there are 5 pages of rules with the designer notes at the end. So there's no colors, just black and white, and probably no examples. So you're just straight 5 pages of 3-column text here. And there you have it, winning the game. And there's some designer notes and then some bibliography here as well. So game design, Paul Rohrbaugh, and editing, Lisa Rohrbaugh. So as I said, pretty much graphics, Bruce Urian. As I said, mostly a husband and wife team here, I think, doing these designs. As I said, I like the designs. I like the topics, and I like some of the mechanics. And these counters are not bad. I mean, they're thicker. These are actually regular, probably counter stock. These are probably as thick as you would get for like a Decision Game magazine, but they're not die cut, right? You're going to have to get out an X-Acto knife and risk bodily harm to get these out. But there are the counters there, and they're one-sided. As I said, I think some of the games might come with it just printed on maybe the thicker card stock, like this, or maybe regular paper. But these come with these little thicker counters there. So there you have it. That is what you get in a bag of Operation Praying Mantis, April 18th, 1988, from High Flying Dice Games. You can get these cards separately, or you can buy or just get a 52 card deck, and I think there's a reference in here on how to use the cards, I would think. But there you have it. So this is what you get in a bag, and this comes separately. Anyway, that's what I have for you today. As I said, I'd like to see, I like High Flying Dice Games. I like their topics. I like to see more from them. I just would like to see, in this day and age, you like to see a little bit uptick in the quality. Maybe if they, maybe it's just cost prohibitive to do it, but if they were to like go through someplace like Blue Panther, then this would be, not dramatically better, but a little bit better, and something that people are more likely to, latch onto, is a little bit more, I guess, acceptable in the market today. Anyway, but I'll get this to the table. I'll risk the X-Acto knife or what have you, and get those cut out and get this to the table, and maybe come back and tell you what I think about it. But just, looking over the rules and looking over, what this covers, I was very intrigued by it, and interested to get this to the table. I might have some more coming from High Flying Dice Games. I did pick up some more stuff that I thought was interesting. Again, topics that are not generally covered, and covered with Paul Rohrbaugh's unique perspective. So anyway, love to know your thoughts on any of this. You played this game, played other High Flying Dice games, love them, hate them. What do you think of them? Love to hear your thoughts on any of that, but also on this game as well. Am I just being too fussy? And I've been spoiled by the other big war game publishers, and looking for a little bit more bang for my buck these days, with some better components. That could be true as well. That's my thought on it. Love to hear your thoughts on it. Anyway, take care, and thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching.